What's going on, y'all? For those of you who have not heard the story, yesterday HF had their prom, and this young girl, Lamaya Lyons, 18 years old, who's a high school senior at Homewood-Flossmoor, she tragically lost her life due to a car crash this morning around 4:31 a.m. on the Bishop Ford I-94 freeway right off of Sibley. Now, the person shared this video, I believe, to be the person that made this dress. They did a wonderful job, and she looked absolutely stunning in this video. Take a look at her doing the prom. So, this is a parent's worst nightmare. This, should have been the best day so far of her life, or most exciting and beautiful and wonderful. And so they had their prom at the Field Museum downtown. This is a picture of the car right here, is what they let out. And this is the story right here. And they're going to say around 4:31 a.m. that there was a person ejected. Now, she was ejected from the car. I'm assuming that she did not have a seatbelt on. And they called her Maya. I think her name was Tamaya. I think I missaid that. Tamaya. And the news, they have it as Tom Maya Lyons. I think it's Tamaya Lyons. And, Field Museum and Aquarium. The aquarium have a beautiful, beautiful lake view. And a lot of times proms and dinners are right at the back of the aquarium. And it's absolutely wonderful. And the time, 4:31 a.m., what happens is that a lot of kids, what they do is end up going, after prom is like 7 to 10, something like that. And then after, people go out to eat downtown. And by being so many people, and you got your friends, you got family, you down there, you kicking it. It's so packed down there. So what happens is that, after prom, it was at the Field Museum, takes time to leave. By the time you end up leaving, it's probably like 11 o'clock. And then when you get to your fancy, nice restaurant, by the time you get to sit down, you're talking 12:30-ish. And by the time you sit down, eat, relax, enjoy downtown, you're talking 1:32, and then trying to come back, is another 30-40 minutes, So this is very tragic. I think that we should have more limos. Maybe the school or somebody gather a limo service, as many limo services in the entire state, and say, hey kids, here's what we're going to do. We're going to put all y'all maybe on a bus, maybe have the bus kids, because it's just so much for the parents to worry. Back in the day, they didn't have cell phones. So nowadays, you could call your parents, you could text like, hey, we good, we downtown, we at this restaurant, we eating, everything's cool. Back in the day, parents probably, I couldn't even imagine what parents went through back in the day. They just had to be on pins and needles until their kid walked through the door and like, oh, finally, So, I think that we need to go ahead and like maybe have the bus services, maybe as an option. Maybe you shouldn't force them to take a bus or a limo, but definitely have it, encourage the kids. Say, hey, y'all. And then, for the prom, for the young men, it's cool to rent a car and have a nice car. And you pull up in, you just getting your license, but parents worry. So, I hope that the school is going to be okay. The people, it's such a tragedy for these young kids, man. They don't know how to deal with this at such an early age. And so that kid, that whole school has, been rocked by tragedy, and they are probably devastated, I'm sure. So, I think that high school should definitely, gather up every limo service in the whole state and say, hey, come down here, or just we'll set up a limo for, and then you could get a limo for like 7, 8, 9, 10 couples. I don't know how much it fit, but maybe a stretch limo for like 10 couples. And each of you guys just go half, versus renting a car or driving a flashy car. $150, $200 each. That should pay for the limo for that night. A limo driver. And the limo driver is probably on a time limit. So go down to the prom, pick them up, go out to eat, and go home. So, so I'm following this story. There's a lot more coming out. Definitely tragic. But anyway, peace, y'all.
City on fire. Ooh, down to the wire. It's my life in the shy.